Hi everybody.
How you doing?
Good, thank you. Sorry, I was getting a drink, I'm thirsty. So does anybody want to know anything, I guess? I'll answer whatever questions you have.
So being of the game direction, what different gameplay do we have? Do we have the differences from 1 and 2? Do we have anything new that we have to look forward to for the Batman 3?
Yeah, definitely. Going to space, a lot of different, obviously character abilities. We put a lot of personality into this game. There's like very quick, slick suit changing that we haven't had previously. We've got the open world taking place all on planets in space, with the Watchtower, the Hall of Doom, locations we've never had, vehicles that we've never had. It's kind of just like Lego Batman 1 had heroes and villains, that was the hook. Lego Batman 2 had voice work in an open world for the first time. Lego Batman 3 takes all of those things and just expands on them. You know, there's over 3 times as many characters in Batman 3 as there was in 2. There's something ridiculous like 5 times as many lines of dialogue. There's about, I don't know, about 20 minutes more story, but the main emphasis is on the fact that we're going out into the whole DC universe. You don't have to wait till the end of the story to play all the other cool characters. In 2, Justice League turned up right at the end. In 3, the Justice League are there from like level 3, level 2. Then the Legion of Doom are there from level 4. You team up the good guys and the bad guys to go after Brainiac off, out into space, into all the London worlds. And it's not linear. You get to a point in the game where you can go and you can pick your own path. You don't have to follow level after level. You get to a point where you pick which planet you're going to go to. So there's loads of new things. Yeah.
In the panel earlier, Kevin Smith mentioned that at this point the video games are becoming almost more story-driven, more exciting, and he basically said that you just want to watch the cartoons almost. Now, you released Lego Batman DC Superheroes Unite as a movie, basically like the cutscenes and some additional footage. Do you think we'll be seeing that with Beyond Gotham?
I doubt it. Who knows? But as things stand, I very much doubt it. We have put everything into this game. As a designer, I'm more about what a player does than what a player watches. That's where I come from, and I want the player to feel immersed, but constantly be excited by something new. And so we put all of our efforts into making the game as fun as possible. The fact that the story is brilliant is great, because then you get both sides of it. But in terms of it going to a movie, I doubt it. Warner announced a Lego Batman movie for 2017 the other day, as far as I'm aware. I guess that's a separate entity. So we're just getting this game out there, and people can, I guess, enjoy it.
Okay. In Batman Lego Batman 3, you have more, I guess, opening to the Batman lore. Like you have Batman 66 stuff comes out now. How does that play up to anything? Or is it just costumes? Like you also have Adam West doing Batman again. What was that like?
Well, that was great, but it's not just a change of costumes. Every single one of these different Batman characters has their own unique abilities, unique powers, unique moves. So like the new 52 Batman, played by Troy, well, when he turns invisible, he has a gadget and he'll turn invisible. When 60s Batman turns invisible, he just pulls his cloak up in front of his face and he sneaks around. So they while the same, they're completely different. You've got characters like Zebra Batman has different powers and different abilities. You've got like the Terry McGinnis Batman, again, different animations, different abilities. Rainbow Batman, again, different powers, different abilities, and different animations. So some stuff, while it is shared, it's not. Everything is different. This is the 75th anniversary.
A separate entity.
Yeah. So Detective Comics Batman, he has a gun, and we all know that Batman doesn't have a gun. However, that iteration of Batman did. So for us, we had to make sure that was right and accurate. I've lost count of the number of Batmen. I don't know what the plural is. A gaggle of Batmen. But I've lost count of the number of Batmen are in the game. Batmans are in R. There's loads. But we've tried to make sure they're all different. But it's not just about that, because there's 150 different characters. Batman's just part of Lego Batman 3, which is kind of good. It'd be a bit weird if he wasn't.
So my question was what's
what's it like working with like such like big talents as like Stephen Amell, Kevin Smith, and like Jeff Johns and others for this game that haven't been announced yet? I mean, we saw Jim Lee down at the presser, not the presser, down at the panel. Like, what's it like working with them, like having them in the studio on this project?
It's super exciting. As soon as the panel finished, I'm off stage getting autographs and pictures and all the rest. It's so exciting. But the reason we do it is to make the game better. If Arrow doesn't speak, that's not great. If Arrow speaks and is voiced by not Stephen Amell, it's not great. If Arrow's voiced by Stephen Amell, it's great. And that's it. We will try and make sure that as much as possible, everything is as good as it can be.
Please sign my copy of Lego Batman.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Yeah, when you were talking about the locations, the different locations that we're going to, is it going to be possible we're going to be seeing like Lego Atlantis, Lego Themyscira, Lego Oa, and other places in the DC universe?
Well, there isn't. I'm sorry to disappoint. There isn't Themyscira, so there's no Harpies.
No Lego Amazons.
No, unfortunately not. Well, actually, there are characters that should be there in that world, so there will be. But to fit the story, we had Nock and Odin and Ismail and Akara. I've forgotten the name of the other two planets, and we've got Oa and we've got the moon. So that's where we'll go. But we had to call time on it at a point. Themyscira didn't fit the story. It would be great to do something like along those lines. And again, Apocalypse would have been a great place, but unfortunately, Apocalypse wasn't part of what we were doing in the story. So we can't cover every avenue. But what we've got is 6 fabulous lantern worlds, all of which are different, and all of which have a different sort of feel to them. And you're going to go to Ismail, and you're going to come across Trostus and Bleeze. And you're going to come across the Butcher. You're going to go to Zamaron and come across the Predators with Star Sapphire. And, we've gone into the lore as deep as we can, and I think we've really done justice to it. So we've covered quite a lot of real estate.
Yeah, it's like Lego Batman 4 Apocalypse. Lego Apocalypse.
Will we ever see any Elseworld incantations of like Lego games possibly going to Elseworlds?
I don't know. You can never rule anything out. What you have to remember is, like, as a team, the more we work on these games, the greater our knowledge becomes. And that's when we want to kind of like we'll go to different places, and my comic book knowledge now is pretty damn hot. It's
in depth.
3 Batman games and a Lego Marvel game. I'm kind of I'm feeling good about myself. Who knows? The fact is, this story, we knew what we wanted to write for this one when we'd finished Lego Batman 2, so we knew where we wanted to go with it. It just took us a while to get to that point.
Was there something, you mentioned you can't really cover like a lot of things, but was there one thing specifically like you really wanted to dive into but just couldn't because the story just wouldn't allow it?
For this game, no.
Okay.
We've put more in there than we initially set out to do. The game did, like I said on the panel, it did snowball. For this game, we've got everything that me and Stephen and a few of the others set out initially when the first sort of design got laid down, and it went way beyond that. When you get in a game and you're getting Kevin Smith and Conan O'Brien and the Green Lantern and all these crazy worlds, and they give you permission to put the 60s Batmobile and the 40s Batmobile, the Jokermobile, the Flashmobile. It gets to a point where it's like, okay, yeah, we'll do all that. If there's stuff we haven't covered, great. There's room to go.
You mentioned before the Batman Beyond DLC pack. Currently, that's going to be only exclusive for Europe and Sony consoles.
Yep.
Is there any chance of that, first of all, coming to the States, and secondly, potentially crossing over to maybe Xbox?
Yeah, so at the minute, it's if you're in Europe and you buy the game on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, you get that pack for free. It's a Sony Europe exclusive. However, come December, when the exclusivity period expires, that pack will be made available for pretty much the whole world, and Xbox, PC, and anyone else. else really. So and just not Wii U.
So you mentioned the characters that you had to add to the game. It's 3 times more characters. How do you design each other character to be possibly different from the other ones?
That's where the team come into it. You know, the animators and the character artists. We sit down and go, right, I want Beast Boy to do this, and we get a whole roster of stuff. You know, I want Plastic Man to turn into a toilet when he does a special move and flush people down the toilet. And, you know, you list stuff out, and then it's just down to, is there enough time? You know, are the team going to be able to pull it off? And thankfully, the team pulled it off. You know, the sheer number of animations in this game is ridiculous. There is so little sharing that goes on. You know, it blew my mind that we got it done, because I was, you know, as we were going through development, I'm just thinking, you know, this is a big undertaking. You know, are we going to hit the dates? Are we going to get the game done? Is it going to be to the quality that I want? You know, because we always strive to make the best games we can, and we got there. So kudos to the team, I guess.
The animators look like they've really outdone themselves. Plastic Man is pretty amazing. Just even when he's just standing around idling.
Yeah, and you know, this again is stuff that we learn from the other games that we do, but. Yeah, the big Lego figures, you know, Solomon Grundy, Frankenstein, Atrocitus, Doomsday, they're great. And yeah, the animation team I've got at the office are, yeah, pretty good. I wouldn't swap them. So they're good.
What should we expect to see in the Arrow DLC pack that was just announced today?
Okay, so we go back to the island. You'll get to play obviously Steven's character. You'll also get to play Slade Wilson, who has the cool ability to hide in a bush at any time. So you can pull a bush out of his pocket and you can hide in a bush. Diggle's in there, Felicity Smoke's in there, Huntress is in there,
Arsenal,
like Canary's in there. Yes, but I can't remember. So yeah, there's a load of characters, and you get to play on the island, and it's great fun. So, but that's a separate, you know, $3 is effectively what that is, and you get all of that. So I think it's pretty cool. And I believe I've got to move. Gary, tap your shot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.